Hello friends, in last lecture we have studied about BJT. Okay, so uh, if you remember, I have told you that BJT is a three-layer device. It can be NPN or PNP. It has three terminal. Okay, collector, base, and emitter. Then it require continuous control signal. Okay, now there are some merits of BJT and demerits of BJT. What are the main merits? Main merits are BJT has small turn on and turn off times. Okay, hence means to turn it on and turn it off we require very less time. Hence its switching frequency is high. Okay, so we can use it in applications where we require a maximum switching frequency. Then it has very small turn on losses. At the same time, it does not require any commutation circuit. Commutation circuit means a circuit which is specially used to make the device switch off. Okay, here it requires in a thyristor, that is ICR. Okay, but in BJT you simply remove the base signal and automatically it will get turned off. It is bipolar device. Okay, and it is available with very less cost. That these are the merits. What are the demerits? Its drive circuits is complex. Okay, then storage charge in a base reduces switching frequency, and its applications are generally bridge inverters, DC to DC converter, power factor correction techniques. So these are some, even it is used in a SMPS, switch mode power supplies. These are some applications. Now we'll move to the power MOSFET. Power MOSFET. Okay, so I have told you that transistor is of four types. First was a BJT, second was a MOSFET. Now full form of MOSFET is metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. Remember, okay, this is a new device which was invented after BJT. Okay, now it has three terminals. BJT was having three terminals; those were collector, base, emitter. MOSFET has three terminals, and those are drain denoted by D, source denoted by S, and gate denoted by G. Okay, this is an important point. Okay, now in MOSFET, the arrow indicates direction of electron flow. Okay, now one more thing is BJT is a current control device. Means if you give current to the base, it will turn on. If you remove it, it will get turned off. Similarly, MOSFET is voltage control device. Okay, keep in mind my MOSFET is a voltage control device. Now one more thing is current, the operation or current in a MOSFET is depends on a majority carriers. Means whether it is electrons or holes, majority carriers only and not both. And it is work on only majority carriers, it is unipolar device. This is not case with the BJT. BJT is a bipolar device, if you remember. Okay. Now one more thing. Yes, I guess I have covered the much basic things. Now let's move to the constructional details of the MOSFET. Okay, MOSFET, the basic symbol of a MOSFET is this is drain, this is source, and this is gate. Now MOSFET is of a two types generally, N channel and P channel. Okay, so if you keep arrow like this, then this is a N channel MOSFET. Okay, and if the arrow is outward direction, okay, sometimes there is a circle shown like this, drain, source, and gate. Then this is a P channel MOSFET. Okay. Now to turn on MOSFET, we have to give a gate voltage. Similarly, to turn off MOSFET, we can simply remove the gate voltage. Okay. Now MOSFET generally are of a two types. One is enhancement type MOSFET. Okay. And second is depletion type MOSFET. Okay. Depends on its construction, enhancement and depletion type MOSFET. Okay. Now let's see the structure of a power MOSFET, or I can say construction, and we'll see working. Okay. So MOSFET, you can see here, this is P substrate. This is highly doped N material, highly doped N material. Okay, NPN. So this is a three-layer device here. Actually, MOSFET is also four-layer device. First, we will see three-layer device, then we will see four-layer. Okay. Okay. As the name indicate, metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. Okay. So there is a layer which is silicon dioxide. Silicon dioxide layer is present over the these three channels. Okay. Now this center terminal is a gate terminal. This terminal is a drain terminal. This terminal is a source terminal. Okay. So this voltage is called as VDD, drain voltage. This voltage is called as a VGS. Okay, gate voltage, right? And above the silicon dioxide layer, this particular hedge pattern is nothing but a metallic structure is there, metal. Okay, here I have connected load also, right? So this is a basic construction of MOSFET. Now how it works. Okay, now I have shown the typical structure. Now what exactly happens if you don't give the gate supply, if you simply give the drain to source voltage, then what will happen? Out of these two junctions, one will be reverse bias. Are you getting? So there will not be any particular current flow in these things. Okay. Now in order to make the MOSFET conducting, you have to make its gate positive. Okay, with respect to the source. Okay. Now what happens when you apply the voltage here? Means gate is made positive with respect to source. What exactly happens when you give make the gate positive with respect to source? The It induces a negative charge on a p substrate. Here there will be a positive charge, as we are giving positive here. So eventually it will develop negative charge. Okay, it will attract the all negative element here, and it will develop a negative charge over here. Are you getting? Below this SiO2 layer, silicon dioxide, below SiO2 layer, it will form a negative layer. Now this negative layer or negative charges, which is also called as a electrons, okay, from n channel. Now what it will do? It will allow the flow of current from drain to source through the substrate, because as the amount of these electrons goes on increasing, as the amount of these electrons goes on increasing, automatically the electrons from n plus substrate get diffused, means from drain it get diffused to the source. Okay, so this is how it conduct. Now if you made this VGS more positive, the induced n channel becomes more deep, means as it goes on increasing the gate voltage, this induced negative charge will be more deep, and therefore more current will flow from drain to source. Okay, so this shows that ID means drain current, enhanced by the gradual increase of gate voltage. Hence, this type of MOSFET is called as a enhancement MOSFET. Okay, so I have given you brief construction and working of a MOSFET. Now there is one disadvantage of this type of MOSFET. What is that? Now conducting n channel in between drain and source gives large on-state resistance. Okay, so this leads to high power dissipation in n channel. Okay, so this is the main drawback. Okay, I'll repeat once again. Main drawback is the conducting n channel in between drain and source, this channel gives large on-state resistance, and due to that resistance it will have high power dissipation. Okay, so this is main drawback of this channel. Hence the construction of MOSFET is modified, and it is generally of 4 layer. Okay, so this MOSFET is used for low power application. Low power application. Okay, and for high power application its construction will be, I will draw it again here. Okay, so here the down layer or downmost layer is a n plus layer, highly doped n plus substrate. Then like this layer is a n minus layer. Okay, or a drift region. What is the use of this region? Now you people should know that drift region is used to increase the breakdown voltage, blocking voltage capability. Okay, so if you need more blocking voltage capability, the thickness of this particular layer is increased. Okay, then here this is n plus region, this is n plus region, this is p. Okay, similarly here this is n plus, this is n plus, and this is p. Now you can see that the source is attached on n plus and p, both common. Similarly, gate is connected over p type and n type both. And this is source connected over p type and n type again. Okay, so this is source, this is gate. Now don't get confused by considering structure. This is the source, this is common thing. Now where is drain? In previous diagram I have shown you drain, source and gate here only, but this is not the case. This is nothing but a source, and this is a load, then this is drain. Okay, so this is the structure of a 4 layer MOSFET. This is metal layer. Okay, this layer is SiO2 silicon dioxide. This is metal. Okay, due to this SiO2 it is called as a metal oxide silicon field effect transistor. Now what happens when gate is positive, again beneath to it, here there will be positive charge, here negative charge get accumulate. Okay, so due to this negative charge, as you goes on increasing this voltage, this depth of this negative charge goes on increasing, and due to which the electrons from this n plus region started to conduct through n plus. Okay, here it flow like this. Okay, at the same time it take electrons from n plus, are you getting? And similarly from here also. Okay, and this is how it start conducting. Okay, this is how it start conducting. So this is the basic working of your four layer MOSFET. Okay, if I want to revise, I will once again revise it. Okay, now what exactly happened? Here the main major difference in this four layer MOSFET, this is three layer MOSFET. Here n minus channel drift region was not present. Here main difference is on this n plus substrate, high resistivity n minus layer is grown. Okay, now the thickness of this layer, as I said, the thickness of this layer defines how much voltage it can block. Okay, on the other side of n plus substrate, on the other side of n plus substrate, this is a metal layer present, and on metal layer it is drain channel is connected. Okay, now p regions are diffused. These p regions are diffused epitaxially grown on n minus layer. These p regions are grown on this n minus region, and on this p region further n plus regions are diffused. Okay, so this SiO2 layer is added. Okay, and then it is each to feed metallic source, and from metallic source we get the three terminal. Right, now when your this gate voltage is zero. Okay, so what at that time what happens, this uh, NP. This NP is reverse bias. Okay, NP is reverse bias. Now, when this gate terminal made positive with respect to source, then electric field is established, and electrons from N channel in the P regions as shown get migrated. Electrons get accumulated in a P regions as shown. Okay, here you can see the electrons get accumulated in a p region. Okay, so obviously the drain to source current is established, and as you goes on increasing the gate voltage, this id further increases, and obviously the main current conduction started. So this is how the MOSFET work. Now let's see characteristics of a MOSFET. Okay, its circuit will be like this. Means first you can draw the symbol. Okay, then here there should be some gate resistance, drain resistance, then supply, right? So this is VGS, gate to source. Here this is D. So this is VDS. Okay, this current is ID. ID. This resistance is a RD. Resistance means load. It is load. Okay, and this is VDD. Now its characteristics is, as it is from transistor family, its characteristics is similar to the transistor. Means when your VGS, gate to source voltage, is very less, you will get almost no drain current. This is ID, drain current. This is drain to source voltage. So this is a leakage current here. Okay, so as you goes on increasing gate to source voltage, obviously drain current start increasing. Okay, so this is the diagram. Now if you draw the load characteristics, then your characteristics will be somewhat like this. It intersect at point A here and B here. So this region is cutoff region. Okay, where it won't work. This region is active region. Okay, and this region is called as a ohmic region, right? Okay, this is the breakdown point. Means if you don't give any get to source voltage and goes on increasing VDS at certain point, these junctions get breakdown and it will start conducting. Okay, now let's see switching characteristics, one important point in a MOSFET. Switching characteristics. Okay, switching characteristics is, see here, this is gate voltage continuously I have given. So what happens is suddenly it will not rise. No, suddenly when you give gate voltage, it will not rise. Its turn on time has two different sections. Okay, first is the initial delay time. Okay, means let me draw. This is VGS, gate to source voltage, and how current increases. Okay, right. So this time is called as a TDN, delay time. This time is called as a TR, rise time. Okay, so your turn on time, T on time, is divided into two time, that is TDN plus TR. Okay, so TDN is the delay time during which your input capacitance charges to get threshold voltage. Get threshold voltage means GST means here. VGST. Okay, so your there is a some threshold limit. So it should rise. Once you reach threshold, then it will start conducting, and then actual current will start. See, so till threshold there will not be any current. So there is a delay time. Okay, means actual voltage is started, gate voltage is given, but threshold limit has not reached. Okay, so there is a delay time, and then actual rise time means in during TR, which is called as the rise time. Now during this, gate voltage rises to VGSP. VGSP. Okay, so this voltage is sufficient to drive the MOSFET into on state, right? So during this TR, drain current rises. See, drain current rises from 0 to full on current. Okay, so total turn on time T on is divided as a TD is addition of a delay time and rise time. Now, during turn it off, its process is initiate once you make gate voltage 0. Here at this point, you have made your gate voltage 0. Right? Now, once you made gate voltage 0, you can see there are two different types. This first time is called as a TDF. This is a turn off delay time. Like a turn on delay time. This is turn off delay time. And then second is a TR. Okay. Second is a, I'm sorry, it should be T off, not TR. T off means falling time. TR means rising time, falling time. So what exactly happens is when you switch off your gate supply, okay, at that instant your input capacitor discharges and your voltage starts reaching from this V1 to VGSP. Are you getting? Now from in fall time, your actual voltage will reach from VGSP to the threshold voltage. Okay, okay, till which your MOSFET will conduct. Once you have came down to threshold voltage, MOSFET will get means current will get stop zero. Okay, and slowly your voltage will reach to the zero. Okay, so this is the switching characteristics of the MOSFET. Now what are the different applications of the MOSFET? Okay, so as you know, the on-state resistance of MOSFET increases with voltage rating. This device is a bit lossy, okay, at high current applications. So, due to which it is Generally its major application is in a high frequency switching applications, okay, varying from few watt to kilowatt, okay. And generally the main application of this MOSFET is SMPS and inverter, okay. And general available range of MOSFET is from 500 volt 140 ampere ratings, okay. So with this we have completed MOSFET. In next lecture we will study what is IGBT. Thank you.